So I just wanted to chat for a minute. Um, so recently I saw this meme again on Facebook. I have seen this meme a few different times, and every time the same thoughts come into my head every single time I see it, and that is that I really need to um, explain to people what spirituality is and explain to them what the connection is between religion and spirituality. So, I guess I should forewarn you. Like, what I have to say might be triggering to some people. And so if it gets that way, I apologize. I'm not trying to trigger you or anything else. But if you are triggered, then that's an opportunity for growth. So I guess if it does trigger you, maybe you should keep listening. Just a thought. But anyway, so this meme that I always see, it always talks about how, um, like, all the spirituality stuff is like evil and it's witchcraft and it's like dark magic and it's, and it just honestly, like, it kind of blows my mind a little bit as at how taboo and closed-minded people are towards spirituality when they have no idea. And that meme just goes to show you that whoever wrote that really has no idea what spirituality is. They do not understand it at all. And I don't know, maybe this video will get around enough that maybe that person will actually see it and be able to learn something. But so I have friends and stuff that also like share that meme, and it saddens me a little bit because they they just really don't understand anything about what spirituality is. So in religion, people use the Bible, right, as guidance and reference. So the Bible is used as a tool. Holy water is used as a tool, as a sacred tool. In spirituality, people use moon water as a sacred tool. Do you know what holy water is, by the way? Holy water is water, tap water. I have watched a priest make holy water. It is tap water that they set their intentions into. Um, that's it. I'm an ordained minister. I can make you holy water. I sure as heck can. But moon water, okay? Moon water is virtually the same thing. Moon water is water that you set your intentions into. Um, there's just a little bit more practice to it. It isn't just filling up, a container, a bowl, a chalice, whatever, with your tap water and saying a prayer over it, and now you have holy water because you're a priest and you did that, so now you have this sacred holy water. Moon water there's a little bit more that goes into that, because when you're making moon water, it is recommended that you use natural water, not just tap water, because tap water has all those chemicals and impurities in it, and you want your moon water to be pure. So you're using natural water, or if you have to use tap water, you are distilling it, so you're boiling the water to purify it from any impurities out of it. Okay, so that's one step further than what holy water is when you're first making it to begin with. Next, you're doing the same thing. You're setting your intentions over it. You are praying over your moon water and putting the intentions into that water, just like a priest does when he's making holy water. And then the next step is that, after that holy water, here you go, it's ready to be used. Moon water actually gets set out in the moonlight. So the moon is very powerfully energetic charges to it. And I don't care who you are. If, I bet you've used the same, is it a full moon? Because everybody's crazy. Or something like that, along those lines, right? Or you've had those days where you just feel a little off. Pay attention to the moon cycle next time that happens. I bet you'll be surprised. Anyway, so when it comes to moon water, there's always also that intention in that practice of putting that under the moon with whatever phase you're working with. So, and then I'm not going to get into all of that because this is just a quick little thing. So you put your moon water out there under the moon, and then you bring it in the morning. So this is a practice that is very sacred, and it goes much more in depth than what it takes to make holy water. And like as I said, there's a million people on the planet who are ordained ministers. Like, I can start a church right now. If I wanted to, I could start a church right now. And I sure as heck could, because I have looked it up, actually, out of curiosity. And I can, just because I'm an ordained minister. Now, most people go through whatever it is on this online thing, and they pay $10, and now they're an ordained minister, right? So I actually spent a 3-month program to become an ordained minister that went over studying all of these different religions in depth, understanding their practice, their belief system, creating ceremonies that were intended for different religions, okay? So a little more in depth of a training that I went through to be an ordained minister. So when I say that I can make holy water, yeah, I can. And I am being dead serious with you. I can make you holy water. And legit holy water, just as sacred as getting one from a Catholic priest. So anyway, so those are tools, right? The Bible is a tool that people that are firm in their religious practices. The Bible is a tool that they're using. Holy water is a tool that they're using. In spirituality, we do the same thing, right? You use holy water, I use moon water. You use the Bible, I use cards. It's no different. It is no different at all. The physical element of the item is the only thing that is different, but the intention behind it is exactly the same. As long as you are doing anything with pure and good intentions to spread unconditional love, that's all that matters, really. So, you know, this stigma against spirituality as being this negative, bad, evil thing needs to stop. Reiki is found in the Bible. If you've read the Bible, you should be able to see where Reiki is at if you understand what Reiki is. It's in the Bible. So all of these, like, you know, your modern day organized religions, people have this stigma in thinking that, like, witchcraft and all this is this horrible, bad thing. But what they don't realize is that their religion stems from paganism, a form of witchcraft. If you look at the history of it and you look at the belief systems behind it, it's the same. You know, in this closed-mindedness, this my religion's right and yours is wrong, it has to stop. We're dividing everybody by having that stigma and that belief, and it's wrong. You know, I was raised in a very, very religious family, you know, and I love my family, you know. Most of them are still very, very religious, and I completely respect that. We pray in different ways, and that's all that's different, right? When they pray, you know, they cross their hands, they bow their head, and they pray to one being, and they ask. What they don't realize, though, that spirituality teaches us, and that the Bible teaches us, if we're really paying attention, is that God is not a separate being. God is us. It's called Christ consciousness on a spiritual level. But God is within us. You know, the Bible, religion, going to church, I remember them teaching about how, you know, God is in your heart all the time. Well, yeah, and that's exactly what they mean. God is within us. And in spirituality, we understand that. And so when we're praying, we are not, when we're praying to God, we're praying initially to that energy that's within us, not to an outer external being. If you don't understand the Bible, then you don't understand, then you probably do think that you're praying to an external being, right? Because you don't really understand the passages in the Bible. The Bible is written in a way that it can be misinterpreted in many, many ways, and it can be taken on entirely different levels. And a lot of times, unfortunately, that is what happens now. Things get taken and misinterpreted, and they get taken the wrong way. And then we point the fingers and tell somebody that their belief system is wrong. What about, if you're Christian, are you going to tell Muslims that they're wrong? How are you going to tell me that every Buddhist monk is going to go to hell because they don't pray to God? They instead believe in unconditional love and believe that everything is sacred? How are you going to divide like that? How are you going to pick and choose? That just seems so wrong to me, and I don't understand it. I really don't. I don't get the closed-mindedness. If we're supposed to be accepting of everybody, we should be accepting of everybody's beliefs and practices as well. And we get this stigma against spirituality and the tools that are used in spirituality as being this bad and evil thing, and it's really not. The bad thing about it is simply that people don't understand. When I pray, I meditate. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. I said affirmations during the day. I change my perspective in the way that I view situations to be more on a positive level. Instead of sitting there and wondering why this happened to me and praying to God to make them change for me, I instead take a step back and look at the situation on a positive note and see what it is that I'm learning from the situation and how it can actually assist me in my life and in my growth. And then rather than praying for something to change, I instead express gratitude and thankfulness for the lesson that I'm receiving. And I express gratitude and thankfulness for everything that I have that is going correctly in my life and going the way that I want it to. And I remain open and moving be able to move in flow state to be able to accept what comes to me that may not make sense to me right now. And that's the difference between religion and spirituality. But they're connected because the core of it all is the same. The intention of it all is the same. It's just simply a different practice in going about doing it. So this meme that I saw literally said that yoga was a form of witchcraft. Huh? Where in the world does that come from? Yoga is breath work. Yoga is health for your body. Yoga puts you in a calm state of mind. How is that a bad thing? That doesn't make any sense at all. Should I just sit there and stress out day after day after day because I'm praying and I'm not getting the answers that I want? Or should I take a step back and close my eyes and take a few deep breaths and bring myself back into the present moment and work to relieve my stress? I don't understand that. I don't understand that one at all. I get how the cards can be taboo and pendulums could be taboo and burning sage could be taboo, and I understand that. I do. I get where people view it as that, but that's because they have this idea in this belief in their head that all of that is witchcraft and witchcraft is bad, and they just don't have that understanding that it's really all comes down to the intention of how your intention behind any practice you're doing. That's the most important part. That's what matters the most. There's people that probably has never stepped foot into our new shop, Aligned Alchemy, where we do all of that kind of stuff, right? And they haven't stepped foot in here because they feel like that's what we're promoting, but it's not. What they fail to realize, if they would come in here, they would actually see a lot of crosses. They'd see a lot of God references in this shop, along with things about manifestation, which is, simply put, it's not doing magic to try and, give you material things. That's not what manifestation does. Manifestation is simply being grateful for what you already have, while having that goal in mind, and it's a logical goal, right? If your intentions are pure and your intentions are good, you're going to accomplish what it is that, whatever it is that you're searching for, is going to come to you. But if your intentions are impure, if you're searching for materialistic gain, you're likely not going to happen. You're not going to get that. It's not going to come as easy for you. So manifestation wants purity. That's what happens when you're manifesting something. The point of manifesting it is for the good. It's for good intention. It's for the good of all, and it comes from a pure heart. And what it does is open up other opportunities. You begin, because you're grateful for what you have, you begin to see opportunities that come to you that can provide more for you out of your life. It's just like praying. You pray and you're praying for, a better job, or whatever, and you have that mindset that you need this better job so you can better support your family and you take care of your kids, whatever, and then you see those opportunities coming to you and you thank God for it. A spiritual person thanks everything. They thank the divine, okay? They thank the source. You can call it whatever you want to call it, and I have said this so many times, God, the divine, source, higher power, universe, they are all the same thing. Allah, it's all the same thing. All the same. It is an energy force, and it is the same. It is universal across the board. It just has a different title. That's the only difference, is it has a different title. And the problem is that your organized religions don't understand that, and so they portray that all of that is bad, right? That if you're worshiping the divine or you're worshiping the universe or something, that you are not worshiping God, and therefore you're going to go to hell. And that's just not the way it works. You could have the intention of this understanding of what God is as being this like energetic force, and you could call it Charlie if you wanted to, or Herman, and it still means the same thing. It just has a different title. That's it. It's got a different name. That's the only difference to it. And I wish that people could understand that more. So anyway, this meme that I see, it pops up all the time, and every time it pops up, I get this urge to express this, exactly what I'm expressing in this video. I get this urge to say, and I've never said it because I have so many friends and family who are very religious, and this video is probably going to be triggering to them. But the reason I keep seeing it is because it needs to be expressed. It might be one of those people, it might be all of them, who knows. But somebody needs to hear the message, because somebody is questioning, and somebody is wondering, like, well, how is this wrong? Like, this doesn't make sense to me, like, there's got to be a connection. Somebody needs the information. And so I finally decided that, you know what, I'm putting my big girl panties on, stepping out of my comfort zone and I'm sharing the information, and I invite you all to, stop into Aligned Alchemy. Talk to one of us. All of us understand this on a different level. Come in and talk to us. Pick our brains a little bit, and, hey, if anything, it might be entertaining for you, but you also might learn something. You might see something from a different perspective, and it's okay. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to be right about everything. We learn from you too. I want you to come in. I want you to share with me your beliefs. I want to understand where you're coming from. I want to learn from you. But I also want you to be open-minded to be able to learn from me. I want to have that balance, that give and take, that balance of teaching and learning with you. So come into Aligned Alchemy, step out of your comfort zone, come in, check it out, see what's going on, talk to us a little bit. You don't have to get a reading from us. If that makes you uncomfortable, you don't have to do that. We're not telling you that because you come through these doors that you have to agree with everything that we believe or everything that we, are promoting or everything that we do here. You don't have to agree with it all, But come in and just, check it out, get a feel, because I can guarantee you're going to walk out of this place feeling pretty good. Just because the energy in here is about acceptance. And that's what we're here. That's why we are Aligned Alchemy. We're here to bring everybody together. That's what we want. We want people to realize that we're all connected. We're all together in oneness. We are all on this journey together. And we want people to see that. And so our doors are open. Our doormat literally says all are welcome here, because all are welcome here. I don't care what your belief system is. I don't care what your religion is. None of that matters. When you walk through these doors, my arms are open to you. I am giving you unconditional love. That is what we're all here for. All of us at Aligned Alchemy, that's what we're here for. That's what we're promoting. We're promoting acceptance. We're promoting unconditional love. We are not promoting division. We are not promoting this mentality of I'm right, you're wrong. That's not what we're about. We're here to spread this love, and that's this world needs. It needs this acceptance, and it needs this love. You would be surprised how many people come in here and say how now there's a place they can come to that they feel accepted at, because they didn't feel accepted at church, or they didn't feel accepted at other places. And that's sad. That's heartbreaking. It shouldn't be that way. People should feel accepted everywhere they go. There should be that feeling of when you walk through the doors where you feel ultimately accepted, no matter what title you give God, the divine, the universe, source, higher power, no matter what title it is you're giving that energetic field, that energetic force, you should feel accepted, and you should feel comfortable walking through the doors of a place. And if you don't feel comfortable doing that, then there's something wrong, And if you come in here and you don't feel comfortable being in here, I want to know why. I want to know why you don't feel comfortable, because as far as I'm concerned, we've got everything in here. I mean, we've got like Zen and Buddhism stuff in here, and we've got Christianity in here, and we've got spirituality in here. We have witchcraft stuff in here. We have this all together, and the reason we have it all together is because none of it is evil, none of it is bad. All of it is with pure intentions and for the good of everybody. All of it is connected, and that's what we've brought in here. We are four beings from four entirely different backgrounds. Some of us have gone through alcohol or drug addiction. Some of us have gone through major traumas. Some of us have massive inner child work that we've done. Some of us have gone through so much death and things like that in our lives that, like, it would blow your mind. But the one thing we all have in common is that we are accepting and loving towards everybody else that crosses our path, no matter what. There's no judgment. We don't feel that we are on this higher level than somebody else. We're not more powerful. We're not more special than anybody else. We simply are the same as everybody else. We're on the same level. We're just as much a teacher as we are a student with everybody that we meet. We are absolutely all connected, and that's what we're here for. We're here to spread that unconditional love. We're here to help spread that awareness that we are all in this together, and we are all connected. That's what Aligned Alchemy is about. So, pop in and see us the next time. Next time you see those open signs on, come in, talk to us a little bit, get a feel for what it is. Step out of your comfort zone. Quit being so closed-minded. Quit trying to divide, and instead, let's come together. Let's make Montello this place of connectedness, this place of acceptance, this place that can accept everybody without judgment.